गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीबॉडी, हाउ आर यू? कैसे आप लोग? इज एवरीबॉडी हैप्पी? हैप्पी एज वेल एज सेफ? डियर स्टूडेंट्स, once again welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Shiv Prasad sir from Shubhrat Singh Children Academy. Dear students, today that is on 17th September 2020. Today in our 11th economics lecture, dear students, as we have already started our chapter consumers equilibrium and demand, that is unit 2 of introductory microeconomics. In this, that is unit 2 of consumers equilibrium and demand. As I told you, it is your unit 2 of introductory microeconomics. So over here in this unit 2, that is chapter number 2, consumers equilibrium and demand, we have finished up to types of price elasticity of demand, and today in this lecture we are going to cover the factors affecting. Today's topic is factors affecting elasticity, of demand. Means over here we will learn that what are the factors which affect elasticity of demand, or better we can say that price elasticity of demand. The factors affecting price elasticity of demand, price elasticity of demand, factors affecting price elasticity of demand. My dear students, as we have learnt in this the chapter so far, especially in our last video lecture, we have studied about the types of price elasticity. Dear students, we have learned total 5 types of price elasticity of demand. Which are they? Do you remember that? Which are the 5 types of price elasticity of demand you have learned? Number 1, unitary elastic. Number 2, relatively elastic. Number 3, relatively inelastic. Number 4, number 4, perfectly elastic, and number 5 is perfectly inelastic. Like these total 5 types of price elasticity of demand we have learned so far. Dear students, while explaining this question, what is the question? What is the topic of our discussion? Factors affecting price elasticity of demand. So over here you have to think only this much, that is it elastic or inelastic? Only this much you have to think. Means you have to think about the relatively elastic as well as relatively inelastic. Okay, you need not to think about unitary elastic, need not to think about perfectly elastic, need not to think about perfectly inelastic. Only you have to think only this much, that is it elastic or inelastic. I have told you already the meaning of elastic. Elastic means more effect on demand. Whenever we say that relatively elastic demand, what does this mean? This means that more effect on demand, and whenever we say that relatively inelastic demand, it is called as less effect on demand. So only this much you have to think that either the effect will be more on demand or the effect will be less on demand. If the effect will be more, then we call it elastic, and if the effect is less, it is called as inelastic. So let's start one by one. Don't forget that what we have started. We have started the factors affecting price elasticity of demand, and in the series of these factors, first one we are having that nature of commodity. Nature of commodity means what? That price elasticity also depends upon nature of commodity. Nature of commodity. Whenever we say that about nature of commodity, so mean two types of the commodities. When we talk about the nature of the commodity, mean two types of commodities come in our mind. Number one is necessities, and number two is luxurious, comforts or luxurious. These are the types of the commodities on the basis of nature. So dear students, in case of necessities, we find that the price elasticity of demand is relatively inelastic. Whenever we are saying that in case of necessities, the price elasticity of demand is relatively inelastic, it means what? It means that there will be less effect on demand due to change in its price. There will be less effect on demand due to change in its price. Why I am saying so? Because I gave you the example of necessities. Dear students, you think about necessities. In your mind, the commodities or the goods you think that which are the goods of necessities. Normally we say that food grains or medicines or milk, vegetables, fruits, these are the necessities. So in case of necessities, change in price of the necessities, it is less affect the demand of the people. So for example, today in your lunch, means nowadays in your lunch you are consuming 3 chapatis. What did I say? That nowadays in your lunch you on an average you consume 3 to 4 chapatis. So suppose one fine day you got the news that the price of the wheat has declined in the market. Price of the wheat has declined in the market. So there will not be more effect on your consumption of chapatis. What will happen? Nowadays you are eating 3 to 4 chapatis. Suppose your consumption is increasing, so it may increase by 1 or 2 chapatis because the price of wheat has declined in the market. But there will not be much more effect on the consumption of your chapatis. Means it will not be like that today you are consuming 3 to 4 chapatis, and after listening that the price of the wheat flour or the price of the wheat has declined in the market, and suddenly you will start consuming 30 to 40 chapatis. Will it be like that? No. This much that effect will not be there in your demand. Today you are consuming 3 to 4 chapatis, that suppose the consumption is increasing, then how much it will increase? Hardly by 1 or 2 chapatis. There will not be this much increment like 30 to 40 chapatis. Agreed? Got it? So that's why I told you that in case of necessities, there will be their demand will be relatively inelastic. And in case of luxuries and comforts, say for example the costly items like that two-wheelers or four-wheelers or jewelries or diamonds, golds, in these cases normally we observe that their effect means change, suppose their price falls, so the effect on their demand, it will be elastic demand. Elastic demand in the sense more effect on the demand, especially in case of luxuries items, luxuries goods or the comforts goods. People wait in that, means people wait for that moment that when there will be that fall in the price of the luxurious items. Or the goods of the comfort items. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is that necessities like salt, kerosene, oil, matchbox, textbooks, seasonal vegetables, etc. have inelastic demand, as well as in case of that like luxurious goods like furniture, the costly garments or the fashionable items. In these cases we observe that there will be elastic demand. So like this we covered the very first point, nature of the commodity. One more thing can be discussed over here, that joint, such goods those demand is joint, say for example car and petrol, joint demand. So in case of joint demand means in case of the commodities which demand depends upon some other goods, they are jointly demanded. Moderately we observe that elastic demand will be there. So next point which we are going to discuss is availability of the substitutes. Availability of the substitutes. It is a second point which we are going to discuss. By the way, what we are discussing, what was our topic? Topic was factors affecting the price elasticity of demand. Availability of substitutes. My dear students, I have written short form over here because I more concentrate on explanation. So you write it completely when you are explaining availability of the substitutes. Substitutes meaning you know very well. Substitutes means what? Suppose you want to purchase one thing or one brand, and suddenly that shopkeeper says that sorry, I don't have this brand. Then you may switch on to the next brand also. So for example cold drinks. In case of cold drinks, number of substitutes are available. Yes or no? Or the best example can be given hot drinks. In case of hot drinks, टी का सब्सिट्यूट क्या होगा? कॉफ़ी. और कोल्ड ड्रिंक में तो नंबर ऑफ द कोल्ड ड्रिंक्स आर अवेलेबल. सपोज nowadays you are consuming Coke. So you went to shop and or you went in a hotel and asked over there that I want Coke, and that waiter replies that sorry sir, that Coke is not chilled, but the Pepsi is chilled. So what will you say? Okay, will do, the Pepsi will do, that give me Pepsi. So how this was possible? This was possible because substitutes are available. So what we are discussing over here, availability of substitutes. If substitutes availability is more, means what? If large number of substitutes are available, if large number of substitutes are available, in such a case the price elasticity of that product will be elastic. Large number of substitutes are available, then it will be elastic. And if the availability of substitutes is less, means either less or no substitutes, so in such a case the price elasticity the price elasticity of demand will be relatively inelastic in such a case. So what is conclusion? If the availability of substitute is more, then elastic demand, and if the availability of substitute is less, then inelastic demand. And third one which we are going to discuss is multiple uses. Means here we are talking about uses of that commodity. Multiple uses. The very simple example I am giving you, electricity. As we know that the uses of electricity are multiple. Around you or wherever you are sitting at home, just look at your room or at your home, you may find number of uses of electricity like tube light, fan, geyser, AC, oven, number of uses, yes or no, the number of uses of electricity. Or coal is also having a number of uses. Or we can say that gas, LPG gas, number of uses, petrol, kerosene, diesel, these are the multi-purpose goods or multi-purpose commodities. So what is the conclusion over here? In nutshell, that is if it is a multi-purpose, if that commodity is multi-purpose, then in such a case the demand will be relatively elastic. Means all the uses, say for example, the electricity has 10 uses. Just for example, I am saying electricity has 10 uses. So suppose the price changes in case of electricity, then all these 10 uses will be affected, yes or no. And if it is not multi-purpose, it has a single use, then less effect will be there. The effect will be on that single use only. Agreed or not? Getting me? Okay. So if the commodity is multi-purpose, means if the multiple uses are there, then relatively elastic, and that if the less uses, then relatively inelastic. Next one is postponement. Demand will be elastic for the goods where the consumption can be postponed. Postponement of use. It is a fourth point which we are going to discuss. Postponement. Postponement means if it is can be postponement of use, it is our heading. If the use of that commodity can be postponed to some other day, then the demand will be relatively elastic. Means more effect on the demand. If the use of that commodity cannot be postponed, then relatively inelastic. The simple example, necessities. In case of necessities, very less chances you will get of postponement. Say for example, medicine. If anybody is ill, not well, serious, then you cannot postpone that. You don't have money to purchase medicines. In such a case, you will borrow from somebody, you will take loan from somebody, and you will purchase medicines. So what I want to say that in this case, that when the person is serious and you want to purchase medicines, it cannot be postponed. So chances of that postponement of that medicine is very less. So over here it is a necessity. So in case of necessity is relatively inelastic. We have already discussed in the first point, that is nature of commodity. Over here we are saying that if the postponement is possible, if it is if the use of the commodity can be postponed, then relatively elastic, and if the use of the commodity cannot be postponed, then relatively inelastic. Income level of the buyer, here we are saying that number of fifth one, income level of the buyer, income level of the buyer. Dear students, it is a fifth point which we are going to discuss, income level of the buyers. Elasticity of demand for the goods also depends on the income level of the buyer. If the buyers of goods are high-end consumer, that is a high level of income, they will not care of the price. जाहिर सी बात है, जिनका इनकम ज़्यादा है, जिनका परचेसिंग पावर ज़्यादा है, वो लोग प्राइस के बारे में इतना कुछ केयर नहीं करते हैं. तो जब इतना कुछ केयर नहीं करते हैं, इट मीन्स दैट इफ़ द इनकम लेवल इज़ high, then less elastic, and if the income level is, and if the income level is less, for example, demand for luxury cars by multi-billionaires. On the other hand, if the income level of buyers is low, elasticity of demand is expected to be high. If the income is less, means low income group, then elasticity of such a person, such a poor person is low, and in case of that high level income group, the elasticity will be high. Okay, got it? No doubt. So next one, habit of consumers. Habit of consumers, dear students, we are talking about such a product of which the people has a habit. Sixth one, it is habit. Habit of the consumers. Habit of the consumers. If you are habitual to consume that commodity, then demand will be relatively inelastic. Means no doubt here we can give the example of smokers, cigarette, or liquor, alcohol. Example can be given over here. You might have heard about this, that every year in our budget, every year it happens that cigarettes price as well as alcohol, that is liquor, its price is increased every year in the budget. Means government increases government imposes high taxes, and in every budget the tax rate is increased by the government. So effectively what happens, that in the market cigarette as well as alcohol, it becomes costly. But my dear students, in the consumption, if we talk about the demand does not come down. Means many times we see that cigarettes price has risen, has increased, or alcohol, liquors, the price has increased. So either there will be no effect or very less effect. Why so? Because the people are habitual. So whoever is alcoholic, so in such a case, either no effect will be there or very less effect. Or whoever is a smoker, so from his side, either no effect on consumption, no effect on demand, or very less effect on demand. So we say that in case of habitual consumers, the price elasticity of demand is relatively inelastic, that is less elastic. And last point, that is a seventh point which we are going to discuss, that is time period. Seventh one, I am writing over here, seventh one, time period. Dear students, by the way, what we are discussing, don't forget this, something over here I have written that factors affecting price elasticity of demand, and in this I am going to discuss the seventh point, that is time period. Dear students, whenever in economics we call time period, then there are two time periods, short run as well as long run. So keep in mind, in short run, since the availability of time for adjustment is less, so that's why the price elasticity of demand will be relatively inelastic. And in long run period, since the resources or the factors of production can be adjusted at any level, so that's why in case of long run there will be relatively elastic demand, or the price elasticity of demand will be elastic. So dear students, over here we have discussed all the 7 factors affecting price elasticity of demand. Let's recap of the lecture, that which points we discussed today and what was the topic. Dear students, once again I am reminding you that it is today on 17th September 2020, 11th economics lecture it is, and unit number 2, that is consumers, equilibrium and demand, and in that the topic which we are discussing is factors affecting price elasticity of demand. The very first point we discuss is nature of commodity. Second one we discuss availability of substitutes. Third one we discuss, that is where I have written, yes, I have written over here that multiple uses. Fourth one we discuss, that is postponement of use. Fifth one I have written over here, that is income level of the buyers. Sixth one, that is habitual, that is habit of consumers. And seventh, just now I finished, I have written over here, that is a time period. So like this, all the 7 points are covered. Factors affecting price elasticity of demand. Over here I would like to stop today. If anybody has any query, any doubt, so you may write in comment box or you can call me. Okay, so that's all for the day. By the way, thank you very much for your kind cooperation. Enjoy yourself. Have a nice day. Once again, thank you very much. Enjoy yourself.